my channel. So if you are new here, I am Tangia, and thank you for joining us today. We are on episode 5 of Makeup for Dummies, and today this is a re-record because I didn't like the first one and I don't want to put out BS content. So I think this demonstrates a lot better, and I think I just went through it a lot better, a lot easier to understand, and way more beginner friendly. So today we're getting into halo eyes, and I have not decided yet, but I'm doing this intro because I have this look. I don't know where I pulled the color inspo from, but I'm digging it. So I'm doing the intro, but I may also include smoky eyes on here, so I'm just gonna say it. If I do, then yay. If not, then hey. It's easy, but I may record it tomorrow and then just add it into this little thing. But anyway, we are here for episode 5 of Makeup for Dummies. We will definitely be getting into halo eyes, is what we created today with these vibrant colors. I did not include the glitter in this. It's glitter, but it's like a Stila liquid metal thing. We just did the eyeshadow part, so I just show you how you create a halo eye, and then all this extra stuff is just extra, what you can choose to do or not to do, but we didn't get into all of that today. So if you would like to see how you create a halo eye and possibly a smoky eye, just keep on watching. So of course we're going to start with the P. shadow base, and you're going to put that on like normal. I'm using the Morphe M167 brush to pat that all over the lid and blend out the edges so that the shadow that I lay on top will be softer, because like I said, this is a shadow magnet. When I get to the smoky eye, I will use a concealer. It's a more affordable product that can get you similar results, but this P. base, baby, is the truth. Nothing has compared. Nothing can beat it. So just patting that all over the eye, and to demonstrate this halo eye, I will be using colors so you can see the differentiation in what I'm doing. So we're taking the Take Me Back to Brazil palette by BH Cosmetics. I'm using this bright pink shade as my initial crease color in this flat, densely packed shadow brush. It's kind of wide, and I'm just doing this patting technique. I'm actually testing out some different techniques that I've found from different makeup artists, so I will be probably talking about those in depth in different videos. But I'm just going to pat that all over the eye and do the little swirling motion around the edges to buff them out so they're a little more soft. And then we'll go in with our next color using a bullet brush. So you can see the edges are softened. We have a dense color in the crease. And now we're going to move on with a bullet brush directly in the crease. So taking this purple shade on the 929 bullet brush, we're going to work the color on the outer and inner V and blend it and work it up towards the center so we create this crescent shape, but we have a real good saturation of color on the inner and outer corner, because that's what's going to start creating your halo effect. So I'm just working that purple in the inner and outer V, blending it up, as you can see, into the crease, but making sure it's really pigmented on those corners. You can also do another color here. You can layer it up. You can make this as detailed and difficult as you would like, or you can keep it simple. I just put a crease color, and now I'm putting the halo color, and then we're going to go ahead and cut out the center, which creates your halo effect. Just having the same color on either side of your center color is what creates the halo effect. So as you can see, I'm blending all of that, creating this semicircle, and I'm going to go back in with a clean blending brush and soften the edges in the crease so that purple blends into that pink. And then we will be cutting out the center of the lid, leaving the very pigmented inner and outer thirds completely alone so they stand out. So again, I'm using that P. shadow base, and I'm just going to cut out the center area of my lid, not going too high as to not disrupt the area of connection where that purple shade is, because we have the pink rounded out and then we have the purple. So we're just going to cut right below the purple area, so we just have a nice little center circle as you would with the halo, just like drop in the middle is what I'm basically cutting out. And I'm kind of tapering off the edges on either side, so that when I blend my color in, it can kind of blend in or outwards. I'll place my lid color down, and then I'll use the purple to go back in and fade one another into each other. So I'm taking this color yellow because yellow is the color of the month, and I'm going to place that all over the center of the lid. And once you place the center color down and blend your edges together, that's basically it. That is your complete halo eye. You can put on liner and lashes and just keep it pushing. Or what I did, what you saw in the beginning look, is I just put glitter over top of that yellow shadow. So after we finish this portion, we have our halo eye, and we're going to move on to a smoky eye. Just reblending everything out to make sure everything is nice and cohesive. Alright, so we're going to dust away any fallout that we had going on, add a little liner and lashes, and this is our completed halo eye. Alright, so now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and move on to a smoky eye. And to start off the smoky eye, I'll be using the Makeup Revolution Concealer as my shadow base. So I just apply it to the lid with the actual applicator, and then I will buff it out with the same brush I used to buff out my underbrow highlight. You want to make sure it's smooth and even and still kind of wet, so our shadows stick nicely to it like they do with the P. Louise base. When you're using bright colors, it's better to use like a white shadow base because the pigment just comes out more true. And I'm not going to set this with the powder because I found that it works better with just leaving it alone. So I'll be dipping into the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'll be using the shade Punk, and that is the only eyeshadow I'll be using for this look. I'm using that same flat, densely packed shading brush to go ahead and apply the shadow to my crease area. I'm going to make sure that the color is pretty pigmented and make sure that the edges are really blown out, because that's what's going to create our smoky effect. And the way that I only have to use one color is I'll be taking the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Black Bean and placing that over the lid as another shadow base, but this is going to give a backdrop of this. Since it's black, whatever shadow we put on top is going to come out a little darker. So that's how we're creating this gradient effect with only having to use one shadow. You can also create a smoky eye using multiple shadows, putting a different color in your crease, just making sure that the edges are really blown out and soft, and that your lid color transitions really, really softly into your crease color. So here I'm just using a regular blending brush to go ahead and soften up this Black Bean Jumbo Pencil, and then we're going to use that same shadow Punk and the same brush to apply the shadow on top of the lid, and it will be darker and more concentrated on the lid, and then it blows out into the crease, and that's how we create our smoky effect. So I'm just going to pack that all on top. And that's how I create my quick smoky eye. There's several ways you can do it. There's more difficult ways to do it, but I found that this is the easiest to do a single shadow wash smoky eye. I'm also going to show the thick liner because I saw someone wanted to see how I did that. So we're going to show that on this video as well. So I'm just taking the liner out from my inner corner, and as you can see, I pulled from the center of my lid, and you see all that open space. That's how my liner is so thick. I just connect the two lines, fill it in, and then pull from the inner corner of my eye to match the thickness of the beginning of this liner. So that's how we create our thick liner. Nothing to it. Same tips as from the initial eyeshadow video, just a little bit more product. So after we got our liner thickness to our liking, we would go ahead and slap on that mascara, slap on some lashes, finish your complexion, and there you have a single shadow smoky eye. Simplest eye you can probably do. I love it. I love it. I love it. It's like my favorite eye, and it really pops when you put on bottom lashes as well. Alright guys, so that is going to conclude our video. That concludes episode 5. So next week, I'm going to try my darndest. This weekend is going to be so busy. So if I don't get a chance to record it this weekend, I'm going to try and wake up so early Monday to record and edit and have it up for you Monday evening. But we will be getting into complexion. I think I'm just going to do both parts of complexion into that one video. I'm going to do the no makeup look, which is literally I use as little makeup as possible. And then we'll get into like a full on beat like this. A lot more detail, a lot more product, a lot more steps. So I think I will just include those into one video, so we don't have to do like a part 1, part 2 thing again. We'll see. I might, because complexion is a lot, because I am going to do foundation, highlighting, and contouring. But anyway, I'm rambling on. If you have not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Make sure you give it a thumbs up, because it really helps me out. Drop a comment down below. Tell me how tonight's episode was. And thank you so much again for coming back to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Stay true.